You're listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.
It's Wednesday, May 13. I'd like to share some thoughts about Careers Edition. Right now in Korea, for every 100 people applying for a job, 64 are mathematically guaranteed to fail. The job ratio has hit a record low of 0.36. Today we're doing a deep dive into building you a news survival map for a job market that is, well, sending out some incredibly murky, mixed signals.
Yeah, and I mean, to really understand those signals, we have to start by looking at traditional career pathways because they are literally crumbling under the pressure of that 0.36 ratio. Like, take Incruit, which is one of Korea's major legacy job portals. They've recently fallen into complete capital impairment.
Wait, let's break that down for a second. Capital impairment essentially means their liabilities now exceed their assets, right? Like they're burning the foundation of their house just to stay warm. I read they've accumulated 35 billion won in losses, which is about 25 million US dollars.
Right, exactly. $25 million in the red. And their revenue dropped 21% from 2023 to 2025 alone. So the market is structurally tighter. It's not just experiencing some cyclical dip. The whole era of the giant catch-all job board is just fading.
So relying on those traditional portals right now is basically like waiting at a bus stop for a route that was permanently canceled.
Yeah.
You don't need megaphone anymore. You need a sniper rifle. Direct networking, AI matching tools, targeted LinkedIn outreach.
Exactly. That is your immediate actionable edge right there. You have to bypass the broad portals entirely. The platforms are struggling because the money, and honestly the talent, is actively breaking out of traditional corporate bubbles.
Which, perfectly explains what we're seeing right now in the advertising sector. And for listeners outside of Korea, we should probably quickly define the cable system.
Yeah, that's important context.
Right, so these are massive family-run conglomerates, your Samsungs, Hyundais, Lottes, and historically, they kept their ad agencies as captive, in-house units. It was this walled garden with safe, really predictable work.
But those walled gardens are totally opening up now. Parent companies are slashing their guaranteed in-house ad spending. So to survive, these agencies actually have to go out and win outside clients. Like Shell Worldwide pushed their external revenue to 30%. Inishin is at 45%, and Daehan Communications is hitting 60%.
Wow, 60%. So if you are evaluating one of these agencies for a job, you should really use that non-affiliate revenue percentage as a key metric. But why exactly does that matter so much for an applicant?
Well, because external clients demand pure performance over, corporate seniority. When an agency has high external revenue, they are constantly pitching and fighting for accounts on the open market.
Right, it's way more competitive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That dynamic environment means if you are a sharp strategist or analyst, your promotion track accelerates. You aren't just waiting your turn in a rigid corporate hierarchy anymore.
Okay, so the agencies are scrambling. But that internal shakeup is also happening deep inside the conglomerates themselves. Look at Samsung's visual display division. Their new head, Lee Won-jin, came in and ordered a total revision of divisional goals within 2 weeks. 2 weeks to rewrite the entire playbook.
I know, it's wild. And you have to compound that with the impending May 21 union strike. You have 36,000 members demanding 15% of operating profit as a fixed bonus.
Wait, hang on. An incoming boss blowing up the goals in 2 weeks, plus a massive internal strike? That sounds like a massive red flag. I mean, that sounds like a burning ship. Sure. Why on earth would you advise a job seeker to board a burning ship?
I get that, but think about it. Chaos creates vacuums. A rapid strategic realignment like that immediately marginalizes the old guard and the old priorities.
Oh, I see. So the slate is wiped clean.
Exactly. If you entered during that transition, you aren't fighting legacy employees for the old boss's favor. You align yourself directly with the incoming boss's new vision, becoming invaluable from day one.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So in a landscape of crumbling portals, agency pivots, and corporate shakeups, how do you actually future-proof yourself? It seems like the common thread is that you have to master navigating uncertainty.
Precisely. And the biggest area of uncertainty for companies right now is undoubtedly AI. Professor Lee Won-jin points out that employers don't just want faster machine learning models anymore. They desperately need explainable AI, or XAI.
Right, explainable AI. And this is largely because Korea's 2025 AI Basic Act now legally enforces transparency and ethical standards on AI systems.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, meaning you can't just have a black box making decisions anymore. Someone has to legally be able to explain how and why the AI made the choice it did.
Which is a huge relief for job seekers, right? because you don't need a machine learning PhD for this.
Not at all. If you combine basic technical literacy with, say, psychology, design, or business ethics, you become highly employable, especially in high-trust sectors like finance and healthcare, where that AI Basic Act hits the hardest.
So all throughout this deep dive, we've talked about navigating a confusing job market. But the ultimate career skill isn't just navigating it yourself, it's helping companies navigate the black box of AI.
Right. What if the most valuable career skill in the next decade isn't proving you're the smartest person in the room, but simply being the one who can explain why the AI did what it did?
That's today's AI PRISM, Careers Edition. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a WAN-IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.